Basically you have a database, right? You can store stuff into it. I use a database called MongoDB, and for every single database you have a model for the objects that you want to store. I have every single application nowadays probably has a user model, right? Every single user model has password, blah blah blah. And for me, this thing is like a model. It's a roadmap model, and each of the roadmap has a title, has actual data. If we actually go to like this one, this is what the data looks like. It's just a JSON string, but then I render it in different ways, so that looks like this, right? It's really basic. So then, how do we send data to the database? How do we store data to the database? How do we read data from the database? How do we update the data in the database? How do we delete data from the database? These are all called these are actually the CRUD operations, right? And how do we do that is that we have to initiate an action in the front end that will then trigger call to something in the back end, and then this back end is going to communicate with the database. So again, front end action, back end API, and then at last, what is it? It's a database, and then we're gonna mess with the database somehow. Do something with DB, right? That's all I need to know. So what is the front end action here? We didn't, there's not like a, this is not like a really action because, when we talk about action, what you think about, what I think about usually is, a click of a button and that triggers something. But this is the same thing, right? This is the function that triggers, just so that when you click a button, the function triggers. So the function triggering here is that this featured component mounts, right? Or this home screen mounts. This will, I think my camera just slanted a bit, but this, you see, this is the communication with the backend. We're calling to our own backend, address that we made, and then we're telling it, and then, as again that I said earlier, we're basically calling the function in the backend just by the name. And yeah, so we have to write all of this by ourselves. And there's a framework to do this. You're gonna write it in probably Express nowadays, right? The backend framework is called Node, and then Express is a simpler version of Node. And in this part is going to communicate with the database. We connected this with Mongoose. Basically, we connected this with MongoDB, in other words. And then this roadmap is an object type in the MongoDB. So when I say roadmap.find, Express knows that, Mongoose knows that I'm trying to find something in the database with the model roadmap. And let me see what roadmap is. It's just a model. What the model looks like is just this. It's a Mongoose schema. Yeah, it finds it, right? This is all really intuitive. It finds something with these attributes. Deleted is false. Its draft is false, whatever. And you can sort it by the dates. Then this is the part that we, again, from the database, actually from the backend, we communicate with the front end, actually. So after we find this, we send back these results that we get. And you think like, where did these pop up from, right? This roadmaps thing, where did it just all of a sudden pop up from? Now actually, when you have Mongo, the way MongoDB does it is that all of these functions like sort will have data return. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but after you do .sort and then you do .then, you would just have data here, which is the sorted version of the data. But then anyways, the main idea is that the back end will again communicate back to the front end, and then this res right here is this thing right here. Then after we get the result from the backend, from the database, we're going to re-alert that result, and then we set the state to whatever, and then ending the loading component. And now, so let me guys, I guess let me run you through let me run you guys through the whole thing again. The fetch thing, right? We call the fetch, we locate the address, we say that what it is, right? These titles have to match. /API /roadmap /get all roadmaps have to match with this. Now you don't see the /API /roadmap part because there's a router thing that you can just cut short. But anyways, method is get, right? This is the get, and then now this then action doesn't trigger until something is returned from this backend. Then stuff happens. So hopefully that gives you guys a lot more idea. I think that's, this loading component is a really simple exercise for people to understand a little bit more about backend and this full integration thing. Well, if you liked the video, thank you a lot. Maybe just drop a like. And I'm really excited, dude. I'm really excited for this new series. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.